Welcome in, everyone, to a brand new episode of Audionots, the very last one of the decade. That's pretty exciting. What do you think about that, Ren?
It's unbelievable, right? Like in a few days or a couple weeks.
Yeah, when you think about 2020, how futuristic does that sound?
Flying cars?
Right. Where's our flying cars?
I don't know. We got futuristic looking trucks, right?
Yeah, we have the Cybertruck.
Yeah.
It looks like something a 3-year-old drew and has breakable windows.
I'm pretty sure that's him at 3-year-old drawing that truck. He's like, one day I'm going to make this.
And he did.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah.
You know, someday I hope to also be a billionaire weirdo that just does all sorts of things. I'm going to make blowtorches and ugly trucks. I mean, it's a dream.
And people will want it.
And people will want it because I'm rich and famous and I tweet crazy things.
Yeah. It's kind of like, the dumber, like, for example, the, like, games, skins and outfits.
Yeah.
For kids. I feel like the dumber the character looks, the more the kids want it.
Well, that's almost what real life is. Yeah. I feel like the stupider, like a celebrity dresses when they go to like an award show or something, the more everybody likes it.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got to look like an idiot. But yeah, well, we're right off to the bat. Anyways, welcome in, our favorite audio nuts. We are so excited about this episode. It's going to be our holiday end of the year episode. It's going to be a very merry Christmas list. Christmas? It's going to be a very merry Listmas. Yeah, I like that. Listmas. I like lists. I'm on the spectrum of some sort. I've never been clinically diagnosed one way or another, but nothing makes me happier than a good list or organization. And so when Ren and I talked about an episode of lists, I got like giddy, like downright giddy.
Your list pants was tight.
Oh, my list pants. I was listing all over the place. I'm like, oh, look at these lists. The funniest thing about it is we kind of came up with some lists. And I know that Ren had to sit down and think about it and contemplate. And I just went back and went through my library of pre-made lists that I already have.
What? You had a prep ready for years?
I keep, so to make everybody feel sad for me, just because of the way my brain works, I keep a running list of my favorite Marvel films. Sure. I keep a running list of my favorite sitcoms. I keep a running list of my favorite current actors. I mean, it's a weird thing to do, but I do it. Anyways, I thought what we would do before we got into our very merry Listmas episode is do an abridged version of what we normally do. Because there's just a few topics I don't feel like I can not talk about before the new year. So I thought we'd start with our favorite, The Mandalorian.
Yeah, for that one, I didn't get a chance to watch it last Friday. So I had to watch it back to back.
You binged 2 episodes.
Yeah, and it's pretty awesome.
What do you think? I mean, which was your favorite? So now that you've seen 7.
7, yeah.
7 out of the 8 episodes of the season. What do you think? What's your favorite?
I think 6 was good. It brought you back to like the main story arch. And then 7 really made you feel like, this is how it should have been from the beginning, like after episode 3,
Yeah, I agree, because I think that there was excitement about The Mandalorian when it first came out for me, because I was like, oh, right, a Star Wars TV show. And for the first couple episodes, I'm like, this is pretty cool. And then by episode 3, I was full geeked. I was real excited. And then for me personally, I felt like episode kind of 4 and 5 were like, oh, well, I guess this is what it is.
Yeah. They're like kind of like fillers, right?
Yeah, one-offs.
Yeah.
So I was really happy when they finally got back to the main overarching story. And they still, 6 was still kind of a one-off, like a group adventure.
Yeah.
But at least it was kind of fun. But yeah, episode 7, holy smokes, that was epic. And we got it a day early.
Yeah.
2 days early.
And they left us with a freaking cliffhanger.
Yeah, so spoiler sound effect. So here we go. We're going to talk about a few things. So if you haven't already heard at this point, tune out for just a minute. But holy crap. I think that, what is his name? Moff
Gideon?
Moff Gideon.
Right.
And our Star Wars historian was telling us today that Moff is not his name, but rather a rank within the Empire's army.
Yes.
And if you can tell me if I'm wrong, because I don't remember a lot of things always correctly. He was saying that you've got the Emperor, you've got the Emperor's apprentice,
Which was Anakin at the time, right?
At the time, who turned into Darth Vader.
Right.
And then you have the like Super Moffs or something. What did he call them?
Like Grand Moffs?
Grand Moff. Yeah. It's almost like the Grand Poobah at your local like Legion Hall or something.
Are we missing a rank?
Are we?
I feel like we're missing a one above the Moth.
Was there actual admirals maybe?
Maybe. Something like that.
Okay. So maybe it goes Super Moff, or what'd you call it?
Grand Moff.
The Grand Moff Supreme. And then maybe Admiral, then just the Moffs.
You think like the Grand Moff is like Mothra?
Oh, I don't know. That would be the grandest Moff of all. But anyways, he was saying that, the Moff is a pretty high-ranking position within the Empire. And before the Empire fell, which is where we're at during The Mandalorian, these guys would control entire star systems.
Right.
So they had entire armies, probably bigger than our world's army, just reporting to them specifically.
Yeah, so all the stormtrooper we saw worked under him.
Yeah, specifically for Gideon Moff.
Yeah.
Or is it Moff Gideon? Like Admiral Akbar. So yeah, that makes sense.
I think it's Moff Gideon, like,
Darth Vader, Moff Gideon.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Moff Gideon, I know he doesn't appear until the very end of the episode, but I think we've been introduced to the big villain of season 2.
Did you get like a Darth Vader vibe sort of thing?
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Homie flies in on what was the sickest looking TIE fighter I've ever seen. Because had we ever seen a TIE fighter land before?
Didn't like Kylo Ren's TIE fighter land in Force Awakens?
Maybe. Did it look like that?
It didn't transform like that though. I don't know.
That was dope. I was like super excited when I saw that.
Right.
So yeah, he flies in on his dope ass TIE fighter and it lands and he comes rolling out. You're right, very Darthy like.
Even with the cape.
His whole outfit looked like straight Darth Vader with sans the mask. He was just missing the mask.
Yeah. It was like a budget version Darth Vader outfit.
Well, he didn't. Well, and I think what we learned from prequel number 3, which one was that called? Do you remember? Is that
Return of the Sith?
Return of the Sith? That when they kind of fix him up to Darth Vader at the very end.
Revenge of the Sith?
Revenge of the Sith. Either way, prequel number 3. When they make Darth Vader, part of the reason he's getting that suit is because he's all burnt to hell from his lava fight.
Yeah, it's to maintain his life.
Yeah, and it's basically like a walking like iron lung. It's just keeping him alive.
Correct.
So obviously this Moff Gideon guy hasn't been thrown in lava yet, so he's good. He doesn't need all that extra stuff.
Yeah, I'm excited because like if you see the trailers, that when we first got the trailers, you see Mando shooting his grappling gun onto a ship. And it flies on, and he like flies on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So you kind of have a sense to where it's all gonna go down next episode.
So that's gonna be in the last episode. Yeah. Well, this one felt pretty epic, and it was a nice build-up. It didn't just jump into it. He kind of goes and he assembles the team.
Yeah. That
we've seen him kind of. That kind of helped pull everything together, right? He goes back. He gets the "I have spoken" guy, right? We find out that's
Curl.
Keel?
Something like that.
He's super Keel.
Yeah.
So they went and found Super Keel, and he had fixed up Talkie-Walkie's
IG-11.
Yeah, IG-11, and made it more of a tea serving robot rather than a bounty hunter mass murderer, which is good, I guess.
Walkie TT.
Yeah, Takiti Watati. I don't know. Someday we'll get his name right. He deserves it. And then so he got him. He got I Have Spoken. Then he goes and gets Cara Dune.
So this is kind of like him recruiting his squad,
his elite force. Yeah, like badassery guys.
Yeah,
and they all decide they're gonna pull some plan because the dude from Rocky says.
Creed himself.
Yeah, he's like, listen, homie, we can be good if you come back and we'll do this kind of fake exchange with the crazy German bad guy.
Yeah.
And all these things, right?
Because we have a common enemy now.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
And so he's like, well, what choice do I have? Because clearly every episode that's happening, I'm getting kind of hunted down. I'm going to get killed eventually.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Yeah. And it makes sense, right? And so they all travel that way. And we learn pretty quickly that Creed is going to like try to backstab him and trick him. Until he gets injured by some sort of like Drogo dragons from Game of Thrones.
Dude, did you get a jump scare on that? It freaking caught me off guard, dude.
Really?
Yeah,
Scared the crap out of you?
I'm like, what the hell? I didn't expect that at all.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I like that they did it because it seems like that show has a pretty decent effects budget, but maybe not so decent to do dragons, that they kept them in the dark so it still seemed menacing and kind of neat.
I love Cara Dune's like Gatling gun, dude. He's like,
oh yeah, the Gatling like pew pew gun.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool. And the fact that it came in and it scratched the hell out of Creed, and he's like, "I'm gonna die, I can't take it.
That's a poison spreading.
Yeah, it's gonna kill me." And they're like, "What do we do?" And a little baby Yoda, the child, rolls over there and like, goes, and, does his finger motion and like straight up force heals him. And that's what changed his mind, because at that point Creed realized that I think that we need to help keep this thing alive because there's something bigger going on here.
Right.
And yeah, so they end up teaming up trying to take out the German guy, but the German guy gets taken out first by our new friend Moff Gideon.
Yeah, because we thought the German guy was like the main dude for this one, right?
Yeah.
And it turns out he was just taking orders.
And that was pretty good. That was pretty good how they kind of hornswoggled us into making us think he was the main bad guy. And then they bring in the real bad guy.
Yeah, and like Mothra didn't even care. He just kill them all.
Yeah, even his own guys.
Yeah.
He wasn't worried about it. And so what the Star Wars historian at work told us was once the Empire had fallen, a lot of these Moff-type ranked guys were basically warlords at this point because they had these armies already at their disposal. Yeah. The guys were just used to reporting to them anyways, and so they didn't necessarily need the larger Empire to tell them what to do.
Yep.
And so, he's using it to, who knows, for what ends. We don't know yet.
So you think like there's someone above him that's controlling, or is it just him?
It could just be him being a bad guy.
Yeah.
And so I thought that was pretty cool. I was really excited. Did you stick around afterwards to watch the sneak peek of Rise of the Skywalker?
Wait, there's a sneak peek?
After The Mandalorian, there was a special sneak peek.
Oh. Well, I try to stay away from anything of Rise because I don't want to like spoil it for myself.
Me too. I agree. My son, he watched. I actually walked out of the room and went and did the dishes like the good house man I am. And he stuck around and he watched it. And he said it was pretty cool that they only showed something, I guess one thing that he hadn't seen before, because he doesn't mind seeing it makes him more hype to see all the stuff.
You think it's going to be like a scene from the movie, or is it just an extra scene that it's going to hype you up?
I think that I don't know. I really don't know. I think it was a clip from the movie.
Yeah. Maybe after I watch the movie, I'll come back and watch the sneak peek.
That's good. Yeah. See what it was.
Yeah.
But speaking of Star Wars Rise of the Skywalker, who knows when people will actually listen to this podcast, but the opening is tomorrow. And you were saying you already got your tickets?
Well, today actually, because
tonight.
Midnight showing.
Well, technically, don't they even cheat that? Used to be midnight, then they moved up to like 9 p.m. because now we're talking about midnight Eastern
time, yeah.
And then somehow you see it start opening at like 6 p.m.
Yeah, 6 or 7 already.
Yeah.
I'm going tomorrow night, and we have like reserved seating. Yeah. And I tried buying tickets like last month.
Yeah.
And it's all sold out. But the only time I found available was at 10 o'clock.
Oh wow, 10 p.m.
10 p.m.
Well, guess what? I got tickets for 10 p.m. tomorrow night as well.
Hey.
But I think we're at different theaters.
Yeah.
You're at like the bigger, fancier theater. I go to this weird little local theater. It'll just be me and some inbreds and a couple olds. But it's going to be awesome. I can't wait. I saw when it first, they premiered it to, I think, critics and the more famous types.
What do they call it? Day ones?
Yeah, the day ones. But I don't know. It must have been Tuesday that they showed that, maybe? Tuesday or Wednesday?
Maybe, I don't know.
And the people that I follow on the social medias that are like big time Star Wars fans, they loved it. The reviews that came in that night were amazing. They're like, this is the most epic conclusion. I love the way they kind of tied everything together. I think that a lot of these fans are kind of like you and I. We both maybe didn't like The Last Jedi so much, but really liked The Force Awakens. And they're kind of like, well, it's kind of fixed all of the things that Last Jedi kind of screwed us over on that were irritating. And I was so pumped. I'm like, yes, this is exactly what I want.
So it made Last Jedi
kind of irrelevant.
Right. And then it concluded it.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and I guess that's part of the reason that it's like almost 3 hours long is they spend... J.J. Abrams did a really good part about trying to make sure he ties up all the loose ends.
Yeah.
And so he goes back and fixes things that maybe the super fans like us didn't like in the last movie. And then he also tries to conclude this overarching like storyline that's been going on for 40 years. But then next day, the critics all started posting because the difference between I think the super fans that got to see it and the critics that got to see it is the critics watch movies all day long. They don't necessarily just like the comic book movies or the Star Wars or those types of things. And they came out and they were kind of hard on it. I was surprised. A lot of them said that they thought it was convoluted. They didn't like that it pandered to the fans.
How's that a bad thing, you know?
That's what I thought. I mean, I've been watching this series since I was 2 years old. I mean, it's been a big deal for all my life. It kind of formed me, right? Because it was one of the first movie series I ever got into. I collected all the toys. I was really into it. I really like Star Wars. And they've made a lot of bad movies over there. They've really tested my fandom.
Yeah.
You know?
They made more bad than good ones.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people are like, oh, you'll like anything Star Wars. I'm like, well, number one, I hate all the prequels. I dislike The Last Jedi. And I could take or leave Solo and the Rogue One. They're fine. They're good movies, but I could take or leave them. So there's technically 4 movies for me that are like balls out amazing.
So the first 3?
The first 3 and Force Awakens.
Okay. Yeah.
Those are for me a must. I mean, I don't know if you're any different.
Yeah, I'm on the same boat.
Okay. And I think that a lot of real Star Wars fans, and I don't want to say that if you like the other movies that you're not a real Star Wars fan, but I think there are a lot of Star Wars fans that are like that.
Yeah.
Our Star Wars historian, I think, is in the same boat, even though he did say he really liked Solo and Rogue One earlier today.
I mean, they weren't bad movies, you know?
No, they're not bad at all.
But
I enjoyed them, and I didn't actively hate them the way I hated the prequels and The Last Jedi. But he also hated the prequels and Last Jedi too. So I think that's kind of a universal thing. So
then why does all the critics like The Last Jedi then? Because the critic reviews were so high on that one.
Yeah, I think it's because they don't watch the series as a series, and they're watching them kind of in their own small little chunk of a world, and they're like, well, that's a good movie on its own. And I've seen some other things as Ryan Johnson has done, and he's a good director, but I don't think he's a Star Wars fan, and so it shows.
Yeah, as we talked before.
Yeah. And because of that, I just don't think it was as good of a movie. And he kind of like completely ignored everything JJ had set up for the series. Yeah. And so JJ, in his defense, simply went back and retroactively fixed everything that Ryan untied.
I mean, just like Kylo's mask.
Yeah, I mean, he literally fixes it in the movie.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll find out tomorrow night, right?
I know. I mean, the only downside is because of the holidays, we'll have a few days where we can't just come right back to the mic and talk about our immediate excitement of, I'm going to have to take some notes. That's what I'm going to do.
Maybe I'll like record my portion about talking about it and you record your portion.
Yeah.
Everyone's smash it together.
That's not too bad because I think everybody's going to come out of this movie this weekend with a lot of strong thoughts. And it could be in the end that I don't even like it. Like, I'm assuming I'm going to like it. I'm sure you're assuming you're going to like it.
But I'm going to love it.
What if we don't?
Yeah.
Because I felt the same way with Last Jedi, because that was before we knew how much it was going to change. You remember the way I felt the same way because I was so pumped up about Force Awakens. I was sure The Last Jedi was going to be the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, and it has like a dope-ass title, The Last Jedi. Like, whoa, come on, who is The Last Jedi, you know? Like,
so who do you think is what Skywalker is rising?
I feel it's going to, like, for me, honestly, this whole series, the last 3, like everyone thinks it's like Rey's story.
Yeah,
I think it's Ben's story, like Ben Solo's
story. So you
story.
think Ben Solo is the Skywalker they're talking about?
Because he's like the character that has the most development, right? He goes to the ups, he goes to the down, he goes to the dark side, but he still has good, you know, in a way. And so it's kind of like his rise of Skywalker is his rise of good, in a way, sort of thing.
So almost like the Skywalker, he started off as the Solo, and the Skywalker's coming out of him because he is half Skywalker, right?
Yeah, because Solo was like a space cowboy, badass dude.
Yeah,
he didn't care if he killed people, like he's a freaking cowboy. And so that was like the bad side of it, and Luke was always good for the most part. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I kind of almost agree with you that it might turn out that Kylo Ren's the good guy. And maybe Rey ends up going dark on us because she's all gray Jedi-ish. Yeah. But I don't know. I've also heard a couple other theories where the Rise of the Skywalker could also mean the most obvious that they're maybe going to bring back Luke Skywalker. Like he comes back to life. He's risen almost Jesus style.
Oh. As like a Force ghost? Or how does he
maybe
get that?
Something different. Yeah. The Rise of the Sky. I mean, it's right in the title. If that happens, it almost feels super obvious.
But then, J.J. Abrams, as we learned from The Force Awakens, it's like, it is what it is, like there's nothing beyond it. And you might be right.
And then the other thing too was the third option would be that it's even the more obvious choice is Rey's just the good guy, and we find out she's somehow a Skywalker,
right? And
she saves the day. So I think those are kind of our three options, right?
Yeah.
I kind of like your choice the best. So it'd be interesting to see, is it Kylo's the winner? Does Luke Skywalker come back to life somehow, or does Rey just turn out to be a Skywalker?
Yeah, maybe when Palpatine like rises himself, he's like, oh shit, I forgot I rose Luke too.
Like, I'm interested to see. Oh yeah, maybe, dude. That's not. Now you've kind of said that and put it in my mind. That's not a bad idea. That maybe the requirement to bring back Palpatine somehow influenced having to bring back Luke as well.
Because you need like a balance of good and evil in a way.
Yeah, Thanos style.
And he's like, it's just Luke. It's no worries.
Yeah, we don't care about Luke. He's just a whiner anyways.
Yeah, go drink his milk.
Go drink your blue milk, Luke. Yeah. What about our friend we just met in The Mandalorian, Moff Gideon? Do you think he makes an appearance?
Nah.
How cool would that be? Would you like that or no?
Well, like for me, I'm hoping that The Mandalorian has nothing to do with the Skywalker saga.
Okay.
Because I want to conclude the Skywalker saga and just go beyond, the Star Wars galaxy, Star Wars world. And,
yeah, that's fair. And I think that would be good too. But part of me, like the super fan in me, always likes when it all kind of like intertwines to some degree. But I agree. And everything I've heard, even the bad reviews have said this is a definite conclusion.
Yeah, that's good. I want that. Because like for example, if The Mandalorian starts with Baby Yoda and he later on becomes like another Yoda,
right, that
branches off on its own little story.
Yeah.
And that would be cool too. And then give us new characters to like.
He could be training new Jedi or something.
Yeah, because our fandom, we're getting older too, and they gotta cater to like the up and coming, kids,
the new kids.
And so if they grow up with the characters. It's just like us, how we grew up with the characters.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that's a great point. One other thing I want to touch on our kind of quick version of the episode before we get into Listmas is, did you see on Netflix one of our newly favorite shows, Daybreak? They canceled season 2.
I know. I don't know why Netflix is canceling good shows,
Constantly.
Like all the bad shows they keep, but all the good shows.
I'm still crying every night about Santa Clarita Diet.
I know.
It's ridiculous.
Give us a conclusion.
I did see another trailer, though, to give Netflix a little bit of props. Is they're working with DreamWorks Studios and their animation side. And I saw this trailer yesterday for a show called Kipo and the Age of Wonder Beasts.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a cartoon. I had to ask Rin if it was considered anime, and he helped me learn that it's not the right kind of animation style.
Yeah. Well, as far as I know, because we don't know anything on this show. So.
I don't either. And we only watched like a 2-minute trailer. I just thought the animation was super cool, but you were saying that's kind of almost DreamWorks style.
Yeah.
But it looks pretty neat. It looks like it's maybe for teens to adults, not maybe little kids.
Well, DreamWorks has a lot of like good animations on Netflix too, like Troll Hunters.
Oh yeah, Troll Hunters.
And I thought that was for kids, but I started watching it. Like, man, this show is so good.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's kind of something they're doing really smart. Is they're making it's a cartoon, but they're not like catering to little kids.
Yeah.
And I think that's really good. So I'm kind of excited for the show. I would encourage everybody to jump on the YouTubes and see if they can find Kipo and the Age of the Wonder Beast to watch the trailer. It comes out January 14th. And it looks pretty interesting as far as cartoons go. I don't usually get super hyped on cartoons, but I liked the actors that they've hired to do voices. I like some of the music sounded kind of cool and folksy.
Yeah.
And then the animation style, while not anime, looks really cool. It's really colorful and big, bold monsters.
Yeah, it kind of reminds you of like Studio Ghibli's work, huh?
Yeah.
Like all the like environment and monsters and stuff like that.
Exactly. And the basic concept before we move on is just the world, as in every show, has gone to crap, and the humans are moved inside the earth. They actually live underground.
All right.
And the one girl, the the main protagonist has been told, don't ever go to the surface, it's dangerous. And she goes up there and she's like, I don't get why they say it's dangerous. This place is awesome. You know, everything's colorful and the plants have overgrown over all the buildings. And she's just hanging out, having a good time. And then she realizes, for whatever reason, whatever has killed the upper part of the earth has made all the creatures up there giant.
Oh yeah, because you see like a big ass bird,
a huge rabbit guy, like the giant ass bee. So it's almost like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah, but you know, birds aren't real, so
birds aren't real. Yeah. It's probably just a giant camera.
Yeah.
Good callback. If you've been listening to all the episodes, it's a fantastic callback. But yeah, so that was kind of my quick run through of all those things before we get into our very Christmas Listmas. Before I start with some of the lists we were going to talk about, I was wondering, do you have a favorite Christmas song?
Well, I'm not. I don't know. I hate to admit this, but I'm not a big fan of Christmas music.
Like all Christmas music?
Yeah, it's just too joyful for me, man.
Whoa! What a Grinch!
I know.
What a Scrooge!
Yeah, I'm in the dark side.
It's too joyful.
Yeah.
Do you have then one of those kind of more mocking type Christmas songs you like, where they're kind of like, you know, like Jingle Bells, Batman Smells?
I don't know. I haven't thought of this.
No.
My
favorite one is Ding Fries Are Done. You know, he's like,
Ding Fries Are Done.
See, you know it. Yeah.
It's a Family Guy, right?
Well, I think it was maybe an internet thing first, and Family Guy stole it.
I saw it on Family Guy.
Yeah. I work at Burger King. I make Whoppers. I wear paper hats. Would you like an apple pie with that? Ding, fries are done. Ding, fries are done. I mean, that's... Who could miss out? That's great.
Oh, yeah.
So do you like that at least?
I like that one, yeah.
Okay. We found a winner. All right. So what we want to do for the remainder of the episode is we're going to talk about kind of our favorite things of the year, some of our favorite things just overall. I think I'm going to start with, since it's Christmas almost, our favorite Christmas movies. And so we each made a list of a few Christmas movies, and I thought I'd start from... I made 5. Did you pick 5?
I picked 5, yeah.
Okay. So let's start with your 5th. What is your 5th? We'll work our way to your favorite. So your 5th favorite Christmas film.
Wait, you said 5 Christmas films?
Yeah.
Let me get my list.
Get your list. He actually typed out a list. I love it so much.
Hold on. But you said your favorite Christmas movie.
Yeah.
But you said one movie.
Oh, you only picked one?
I only picked one.
Can you think of a couple others?
Shoot.
So you picked the one, and I already know what the one is, I bet.
Oh, yeah.
But move down the list a little bit. Okay. I can even start.
Let me see. Last Action Hero.
Really?
That's Christmas, right? With Arnold?
Is? Are you thinking Jingle All the Way?
No, Last Action Hero. When is Jingle All the Way?
Jingle All the Way, isn't that the one where he goes to try to find the action figure for his kid?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, okay. So you actually like that movie?
And he has like he becomes a Turbo Man or something like that.
Yes.
I like that one.
Oh my god.
I think Elf is in there. That's probably my number 2.
Number 2? That's a great choice.
I don't know. I can't think of anything.
Okay, hold on. Here we go. I'm gonna start off with a crazy one at number 5. So this is my 5th favorite Christmas film. You're gonna laugh at me a little bit, but I don't feel so bad kind of knowing what your favorite is. What I think it is, what you told me in the past. So my 5th favorite Christmas film is actually a newer movie. It's only been out for a handful of years, and that's why it's only 5th on the list. But Daddy's Home Part 2.
Is that the one with Marky Mark?
Well, yeah, Marky Mark's in both of them.
Oh yeah,
it's the one with Mel Gibson.
Oh, and Will Ferrell.
It's Will Ferrell, Marky Mark, Mel Gibson, and then the dude from Dexter and Third Rock from the Sun. I can't remember his name.
I haven't seen those movies yet.
Okay, so I'm gonna give everybody a hot tip. Don't watch Daddy's Home Part 1. It's stupid.
Well, if you don't watch it, will you get Part 2?
Yeah, you'll get it. It's all dumb humor. Okay. Right? So Daddy's Home Part 2 is like kind of the exact same film as the first one, except for in the first movie, Marky Mark and Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell's the stepdad to Marky Mark's son.
Okay.
And so the basic concept is they're kind of arguing all the time on how to raise the kids, how to be the best dad. And that's the whole movie in a nutshell. Daddy's Home Part 2, they've made up. They've become homies, they're friends because of all the action that happened in Daddy's Home Part 1. But of course, to make the plot move forward the same way, both of their dads, the grandpas, come to visit, and it's the same thing. They don't get along, which causes them not to get along again. And so it's a whole thing. But it has everything you want in a Christmas movie. It's funny. It's heartfelt. It has like a great resolution, but it has lots of conflict. So, I mean, I think that's my dark horse. So, Daddy's Home Part 2. If you haven't watched it, it's a Christmas film. Since the last 2 years, we made it one of our regular movies that we watch.
So, are you saying that that's one of the few times the sequel is better than the first movie?
For sure.
Oh, wow.
In fact, the number one movie on my Christmas list is also a sequel that's as good as, if not better than, its original film.
Hey, me too.
I can't wait to get to your. You're gonna do your favorite one last.
Okay.
All right. So let's
go down your list.
Okay, we'll go because I have a few more. We'll go down my list for a minute more. My number 4 favorite Christmas film is Santa Claus, the one with Tim Allen.
Oh yeah, I like that one too. That'll be on mine.
That's a good movie, right?
Yeah.
All the sequels are garbage.
Yeah.
Absolute garbage. I often,
Agreed.
because I'm a weird guy that makes lists, sometimes I'll fantasize about what they could do to reboot the series. And I always thought it'd be kind of cool if they rebooted it with somebody else. Like Tim Allen, falls off the roof this time, and he disappears, and then somebody else becomes Santa Claus.
Yeah, it's ever ending, right? Just keep going.
You just keep doing it.
Yeah.
So my theory is they do it again with Chris Pratt. Would you not watch that?
Well, I would watch that.
Yeah. I've already written the spec for it, so if anybody wants to make that movie, you can hire me to finish the script. So that's my 4th favorite movie, which is a great movie. I think it's a family film everybody likes. My 3rd favorite, is a real old classic. But you'll notice on my list, I don't have a bunch of like It's a Wonderful Lives or Miracle on 34th. I don't really like real sappy movies. And so A Christmas Story is my number 3 favorite movie. Do you like that movie?
Yeah.
I know a lot of people can take it or leave it.
Yeah. It's like on everyone's list.
And I think the reason everybody sees it is I think TNT or TBS or one of those stations literally plays it 24 hours prior to Christmas Day.
Really? All day?
All day long. It's kind of, they've advertised and they've been doing it for years. So if you've never seen A Christmas Story, it's pretty good. I like it. I enjoy it every year. My number 2 favorite is one you mentioned earlier, Elf.
Hey, that's my number 2 too then.
And you'll notice that's also the second movie on my Christmas list that has Will Ferrell in it.
You just love yourself some Will Ferrell.
I do. I like Will Ferrell. Everybody likes Elf. Did you know, fun fact, yesterday, and today is what, the 19th?
Yeah. So
on December 18th, I'm assuming it happens every year because it's like one of those national days, was Answer the Phone like Buddy the Elf.
Really?
Yeah, so you're supposed to like pick up the phone and go, Buddy the Elf, what's your favorite color? Like that.
Did you do that?
I didn't know about it until I was done with work.
Oh.
I totally would have. What do I care? My number 1 favorite Christmas film is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, I figured it'd be that one.
But I mean, everybody likes that movie, and that, like I said, that's a sequel that's either equal or better than, because National Lampoon's Vacation is freaking hilarious. Yeah. That's a great movie. But this movie's equally good, and as many times as I've seen just National Lampoon's Vacation, I've seen this one way more.
How come my favorite didn't make your list?
Because your favorite movie's stupid.
No, it's not, dude.
So go ahead and share with the world your favorite Christmas movie. And it makes sense now that we know that you don't like to be joyful.
Yeah. My favorite Christmas movie of all time is Home Alone 2.
Starring Donald Trump.
You gotta add that in there. It's true, he was in there.
Yeah, it was prior to his impeachment, though.
Yeah,
so that's back when he was okay, I guess. Yeah. So that's funny. Why? Okay, let's break this down for just half a second.
It's like the ultimate slapsticky comedy for me, I guess.
I'm gonna have to watch it again because I remember the first time you said that you liked Home Alone, and I missed part 2, and so I rewatched Home Alone, and this is an okay movie. I get why kids like it, but I'm shocked that this is Ren's favorite movie.
Dude, I watched it like a few years ago, and I was like crying too.
Do we know if it's streaming anywhere?
I have the DVDs if you want to borrow it.
Oh, I might have to borrow it.
Yeah.
I'll check and see because I have like every streaming service known to man.
I'm sure it's on there somewhere.
So I'm going to rewatch it. It still has the Wet Bandits?
Yeah.
Because I'm sure I've seen
back.
it, but I don't remember. I honestly don't remember that movie at all. All right. So I'm going to not give you too hard a time to rewatch it, but in my mind, I feel like that's a crap choice.
Greatest.
All right. So in my I had a couple others that just missed the list, seeing as how you only came up with one. I had so many I could barely choose.
Hey, you got my other.
But here's a hot take on movies that maybe most people haven't seen, is a movie called Prep and Landing. And it's definitely a kid's movie. Have you ever seen it?
No.
I don't think a lot of people have. It's actually made by Disney. It's a 3D animated movie. It's actually 2 parts. I recommend watching part 1 and part 2 back to back because each one's only like 40 minutes long. So if you watch them back to back, it's like a real movie.
Yeah, Prep and landing.
Yeah, so the basic concept is, like I said, 3D Pixar style animated movie.
Yeah.
Prep and landing are the name of the elves that like they show up and they like get the location all ready for Santa to land and deliver the toys.
Oh, yeah.
It's so incredibly clever. Like, I know it's made for kids, but that movie makes me laugh so hard. So if you have family out there, especially anybody that has kids, Prep and Landing. It's always on ABC. It's probably on Disney Plus. Go out there and watch it because that's a winner. I love that movie. And then the ones that just missed my list were Office Christmas Party and The Night Before. And only because they're so dirty, they almost don't feel Christmassy enough because those are both like dirty comedies.
Yeah.
All right. So
Office Christmas Party?
do you like that one?
I like that one.
That's a good movie, right?
Yeah.
So that may make your top 5.
The one with Jimmy Butler?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. That's funny. That's the person you remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. On my next list, we're going to go a little bit more generic, not just for the year, but your 5 favorite superhero movies of all time. Did you do 5?
I did 5.
Oh!
Because you wrote 5. You like 5.
So I need to learn how to text better. Okay. So I'm going to let you start off. What is your 5th favorite superhero movie of all time?
My 5th?
Yeah.
Has to be, I gave a lot of thought.
Okay.
Is Thor Ragnarok.
Oh my God. Dude, I'm crying on the inside because I totally forgot to put Thor Ragnarok on my list.
Dude, that was a great movie.
No, you're not wrong. And now that you've said it, I almost want to rewrite my list. No, Thor Ragnarok is so good. Not only is it so good as a standalone movie,
Yeah.
but its predecessors for me weren't great. And so it was such a leap in quality.
Yeah.
You're right, dude.
It has like the tone of it totally changed from 1 and 2.
Right, because he went from being this serious like Norseman that runs around and saves the day to being hilarious.
Yeah, it's a freaking comedian now, you know?
Oh my God, that's a fantastic choice. Excellent choice. Oh, I wish I'd thought of that.
What's mine now? Can't have it.
Oh, that's a great choice. And that makes me excited for Thor Love and Thunder because it's all sent by our friend Walkie Talkie. Yeah. So let's go. All right, so my 5th favorite, this is going to shock you since I talk so much S on DC movies. And had I thought of Thor, he may not have made it.
Dude, I haven't even thought about DC movies.
I said superhero.
I know.
Kept it generic. My 5th favorite superhero movie of all time is The Dark Knight.
Oh, yeah.
Heath Ledger is the Joker.
That's probably the best DC movie
ever, right?
Yeah.
My closest second to that would be Wonder Woman. I thought the last Wonder Woman movie was pretty great.
Yeah.
But you got Christopher Nolan directing. You've got Christian Bale as Batman. He's really found his rhythm at this point. And then you have my personal favorite Joker of all time. One of the best superhero villains in film that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Heath Ledger. So what's your 4th favorite superhero movie of all time?
Number 4 is Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh my gosh.
Part 1.
That's a fantastic movie, but I almost feel like you got too far down your list because that's such an amazing film.
I know, but I had a debate. I would have had put it at number 2, but the other 2, I just love it way more.
You like them more.
Yeah, it's hard.
That's a good call though.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. It's at least in your top 5 because I think with Guardians, the reason maybe it's fallen for a little bit for you is it was so unique at the time. It was prior to Thor, right?
Yeah.
And we learned at that point that you could set the tone for movies being just like the graphically amazing, like the animation, the computer effects were just top notch, but the humor and the way it made you feel like you really like. I'm gonna be honest with everyone for just a second. I teared up, and I don't tear up a lot. I'm not that guy. I wish I was, but I'm not. I teared up at that moment in Guardians of the Galaxy Part 1 where Groot kind of like gives himself up and creates that weird like
I am Groot.
Yeah, he goes all like wood ball and saves them all. That literally, that's right up there with like Toy Story 3 where I thought they were all gonna die.
Like for me, when I go to movies, the entertainment value is really high on my list.
Yeah.
And I was entertained the whole time.
The whole damn time. And I think part of it is our expectations. There were none.
Yeah.
Like, who the hell read Guardians of the Galaxy? I'd never even heard of it before they made a movie.
And who the hell has a dance battle with the last boss? Like,
Yeah.
come on, nobody does that, dude.
And at that time, it's like, oh, Chris Pratt's the chubby guy from Parks and Rec.
Not anymore.
Yeah, now he's like super ripped. He's on that Marvel diet, along with Kumail. What's his last name?
I don't know.
Dude, the guy from Silicon Valley got just yoked. I saw Simu Liu. Yeah, he's also very buff. He reposted Kamal's Instagram post of him looking all jacked, and a picture of him going jacked, and he goes, "Oh look, it's Harold and Kumar go to Planet Fitness." I'm like, damn son, that's perfect.
That's a good plug for Planet Fitness right there.
Yeah, man, I need to get me on that Marvel exercise.
Do they have a super soldier serum?
Yeah, I think so too. I saw someone tweet pretty much. He goes, "You know what it is? It's roids. They're just on roids." I'm like, I gotta get me some roids. All right, so my number 4 favorite superhero movie of all time is Logan.
Oh yeah.
Did that make your top 5?
It did.
It did? Oh, so I'm a little bit further down than you.
We probably just like swap
positions.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's pretty interesting though if we had the same movies in the top 5, no matter where they kind of land.
Yeah, top 5.
Logan for me was the opposite of maybe Guardians, where they had taken the superhero thing, made it very adult. They made it very serious. I mean, to me, this was everybody's talking about the Joker winning awards, and it probably should. I think Logan could have been like nominated for stuff. That's how good it was.
Yeah, I think it's because it was like superhero related, and they didn't like consider it.
Yeah, but they did. The movie itself was very serious, but still dealing with Wolverine and Professor X. And God, I love that movie. Yeah, I loved it so much,
dude. Like you, I teared up at the end, man.
Yeah, well, spoiler alert. Turn off for a second when he dies.
Yeah, dude. Because like for me growing up, I was a huge X-Men fan, and Logan was my dude, you know.
And Hugh Jackman was the perfect Logan. He did such a great job.
If only he was like a few inches shorter.
Yeah, he was too tall for the part, but we all kind of got past him. I mean, we had to suspend disbelief for most of this anyways, right? I like Logan so much. I don't buy a ton of Blu-rays anymore, but I got that one on Blu-ray, and I've watched it in both color and the Noir black and white version, which makes it feel even more intense. Yeah. So, yeah. What about you? What's your number 3 favorite superhero movie?
Number 3 is... Deadpool.
Oh, my God. I love me some Deadpool.
Yeah, part 1.
Part one. Agreed.
Yeah.
So what did you love about Deadpool?
And like how you said, they kind of pushed the boundaries of being R-rated movie, and they found the perfect Deadpool.
Yeah,
Ryan Reynolds,
the perfect Deadpool.
Yeah,
and they were not afraid to pull any punches. That movie was so dirty.
Yeah,
I was in the theater. I was smart enough not to bring Kid Danger because at the time he was too young. But we were in the theater and there was lots of like 8, 9, 10-year-olds, and I'm like, oh my God, these kids are getting a lesson in life.
I mean, this was like Stan Lee's best cameo. Come on.
Oh yeah, right? He was in a peeler joint. Yeah. He was the DJ at a peeler joint. Yeah. Oh my God, you're right. Deadpool's fantastic, and the best part about that, it's also my number 3 pick.
Oh, see,
so we finally landed. We found that kind of medium spot. So yeah, Deadpool was my 3rd favorite as well.
Yeah, you got action, you got gore, you got rated R stuff.
Yep.
So it's humor.
It's everything loaded.
Yeah.
So what's your number 2 favorite superhero movie?
Mine was Logan.
Okay.
Yeah,
and then my number 2 was Guardians.
Okay,
because we kind of mixed it all around.
So is our number 1's the same then, huh?
Yeah, I bet it is.
It's probably the same.
See, like,
I've told you this once, and this movie is the greatest movie I've ever seen in my whole entire life.
I believe you said that it's not the best superhero movie, it's just the best movie.
Yeah, the best movie.
Do you still feel that way?
I still feel that way till this day.
Nice. Okay, so our number 1, the number 1 as far as Audionots is concerned, superhero film of all time, at least up till now.
Yeah.
Until we see the next great thing.
Black Panther.
Yeah. No, it is Infinity War.
Agreed.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. That movie had everything.
Everything, dude. From like top to bottom, everything.
It was all that you would want as a fan.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm kind of funny when the critics are like talking so much crap on Star Wars because they did so much fan service. That's all Infinity War was.
Yeah.
And my favorite part of Infinity War, and why I think Endgame is a fantastic movie, I liked that the superheroes lost.
Yeah. Like, for me, it wasn't a superhero movie. It was a supervillain movie.
Yes.
The main dude was freaking Thanos, and he won.
Yeah, and he won.
Yeah.
And I've even argued off air, Ren and I argued before, or at least spoke about, the fact that maybe Thanos wasn't a bad guy, at least not in the first movie.
You have spoken?
I have spoken. Yeah, no, I thought that Thanos, he made half the universe disappear, but he didn't pick and choose which half went, which means he thought he was doing the right thing.
Half the universe except the original Avengers.
Yeah, except for how, like I said, if he really wanted to win, he would have been like, I want all the soups that can defeat me gone, and then half the universe.
Yeah.
But that's not what he did. And I don't feel like he became a villain until Endgame, when they came back, lopped off his head, and he showed back up like all pissed off now.
Yeah, because he saw his future.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to die because of them. Whoa. Santa's here?
That's so funny. Yeah, so I think we can both agree that Infinity War is our all-time favorite superhero movie. A couple of the few ones that just missed my list, I don't know about you, is Kick-Ass, which I feel like was the precursor to what is Deadpool.
Yeah,
Without
yeah.
Kick-Ass, you probably never have Deadpool.
Yeah.
And then one I know you like, Big Hero 6.
Yeah. Big Hero was usually my number 2.
Right.
But then there's so many
good ones
Yeah,
now.
I just couldn't get in my top
That's
5
the
anymore.
beauty of being a
Yeah.
nerd right now, is there's so much good content.
many.
And I mean, some could say maybe you don't include Big Hero 6 because it's animated.
Yeah, but you said superhero,
And it's so good.
And it's Marvel.
And it is Marvel. And as far as I know, it's in the same universe.
Yeah.
It'd be cool. How cool would it be if they brought Big Hero 6 with like real actors?
That'd be cool.
It's it seems like something Disney would do, right? Because they've done it with every other cartoon.
I mean, the voice actor for Hero, Ryan Potter,
Yeah.
he should just play Hero. He's perfect for
Yeah.
that
How
part.
cool would that be?
Yeah.
It'd be good media for them, too.
Yeah.
All right. So our next list. The next list. I want to go right from movies to TV shows. Did you make a top 5 for your best shows based on a comic or graphic novel?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. I did as well. So we'll let you go first again. So what is your favorite TV show that is based on a comic book or graphic novel?
My number 5
Yeah, number 5.
is The Flash.
Oh, that's right. You're a big fan of CW shows.
Yeah, man, Arrowverse.
So sell it to me. Tell me why The Flash is so good.
Well, it's because they I don't know, for like regular TV,
Yeah.
they do a really good job explaining his powers, his storyline.
Yeah.
And they kind of like take a risk of, they do like Flashpoint, sort of thing.
Right.
And, I hate time travel.
Yeah, you hate time
I
travel.
hate time travel.
You're okay with it on The
I'm
Flash?
okay with this one, yeah.
I think Kid Danger likes The Flash too. How many seasons has there been?
I think 5 now.
5. Yeah, he's been binge watched, I think, almost all of them.
Oh, maybe more. I have no idea.
So The Flash. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't usually watch anything on the CW.
You should.
Maybe I should.
Good stuff, man.
I'll give it a try.
Just kidding. You'll hate it.
I probably hate it. So my 5th favorite television show based off a comic or graphic novel is actually been canceled, so it shows you how good my taste is. But my 5th favorite one is a show called Deadly Class.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Did you ever watch that?
I never finished that one.
Oh, you should finish it at least.
I got it up to like half the season.
Yeah, so if you out there haven't seen Deadly Class, it's a great show. It's based off a graphic novel from the company Image, and it's basically about they find these kids that are the children of like warlords or gangsters. They're
Mob
like
bosses.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah. They're all bad kids, other than this one kid.
Yakuzas.
Yeah, Yakuza. Yeah, other than the main character who kind of gets in by almost a lie. Like they think that he's burned down this orphanage and killed all these kids and he's a real badass, but he didn't actually.
Oh, I remember now because I got to the good part before the good part because remember the one burnt victim.
Yeah, the one bad guy who got burned.
He comes into play and I stopped watching.
Oh, and that's a crazy villain.
Yeah.
As far as TV comic book villains go, the half burnt up dude from Deadly Class is super good.
Yeah.
So that's a great show if you're interested in that kind of thing. It's not for kids though, so don't let your kids watch it. It's very adult oriented, but it's well done. It's kind of a superhero show or disguised. Well, it's a teenage drama disguised as a superhero show.
Yeah.
But it has so much good action and intrigue. I really enjoyed it.
So it was on Sci-Fi.
Yeah, the Sci-Fi Channel.
You think you'll like find it on like Netflix or something?
Yes, I'm pretty sure you can watch it on either Netflix or Hulu. One of the two.
Yeah, I'll go find it.
So you can definitely find it. It's too bad it didn't get a second season.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a real fan like I am, I might just go buy some of the graphic novels and keep reading the story that way. So what is your 4th favorite show?
Number 4, this is strictly based on season 1.
Okay.
It was how great it was.
Yeah.
Of Legion.
Oh, Legion.
Yeah.
Legion actually makes my list too. And it was, I lost where I'm looking. Oh, nope. Legion I had is what just missed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
For me, it was just kind of like, what's going on? And when they reveal what's going on, you're like, holy crap.
That show is such a trip.
Yeah. You're I don't know. You can explain it.
No, I agree. Legion is a real trip. If you've never seen it, it's in the X-Man world.
Yeah.
The character of Legion is the son of Professor X, and he's like, what do they call him? There's like a name. He's like this. As far as mutants go, there's like levels, and he's very top level.
What do you call that?
I don't know. Some sort of alpha mutant.
Yeah.
And the government's super afraid of him, so they're trying to almost convince him that he's not this powerful. So they do all these kind of like mind fucks to him, and so but along the way he figures it out, and it's such a crazy show.
You never know what's real because
you can't tell what the hell's going on.
Yeah, it could be in his mind, it could be outside his mind, it could be in someone else's mind.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man.
But the acting's really good. It's more of a serious show. It doesn't have as much jokes as some of the other shows.
Yeah.
But it's really well done. So Legion's great choice. Great choice.
Yep.
My number 4 show, and it has also gotten bad as it's progressed, but it was so amazing at first, is The Walking Dead.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that The Walking Dead is based off of a comic book, and it's also a great comic book, all in black and white, by the way. But yeah, the first 3 or 4 seasons of Walking Dead, including the spin-off show, are amazing. So amazing.
Well, have you seen the newer ones yet? The newer seasons?
I've been trying. So Rin convinced me to try to jump back into it, and I've been trying.
No,
but
doesn't do it for you.
Yeah, it got so hokey and stupid, and they killed characters that weren't dead in the comic, and did all sorts of things that just irritated me. And so I loved The Walking Dead at first; it was amazing, but it's not as great for me. But it was so good at the beginning. Kind of like I give Star Wars a lot of extra credit, even though they've made a lot of bad movies.
Yeah.
The first few seasons were so good that it still makes my top 5.
Yeah, because when it first came out, it was like top 2 TV shows, like a must watch.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. So what is your number 3?
Number 3 is The Boys.
Oh my god, that's the number 3? You have 2 better shows than The Boys?
Well, because I don't know, I'm biased.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, well, so The Boys is your number 3. The Boys is actually my number 1.
Oh, yeah.
Favorite. And it could be one of those things where it changes because it gets bad later on, because it's only been on for 1 season.
Yeah.
But why do you like The Boys, and why is it number 3?
It just takes a whole different turn on like superheroes, right?
Yeah.
To where everybody sees, oh, like superheroes are good. But you're like, nah, man, this is how they really, really are.
Right. It's a much darker, sadistic take.
I mean, we talked about it in previous podcasts, so we
don't have to rehash everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, The Boys is holy smokes.
Yeah.
That to me is very adult. Don't let your kids watch it, but it is so well done. And I think that everything previous movies, other shows have kind of like grown us into this kind of content. Yeah. We can handle it.
Because like for me, like for example, when Netflix came out with their Umbrella Academy,
yeah.
It was kind of like a darker side of heroes.
Yes.
But it was like the edge of it, right?
Right.
And this one kind of like, you know what, Netflix?
We're taking 12 steps.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah. So
12 steps past the line. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay, that's great. It's funny that you mentioned Umbrella Academy, because Umbrella Academy is my number 3 favorite TV show.
Good segue.
Yeah, perfect. You didn't even know.
Yeah.
Just like you said, Umbrella Academy was also on the darker side, but it was a little sillier. The content's not quite as gruesome or gory as The Boys. But it's really well done, enough to where I'm real excited for the next season.
I think season 1, it's good enough to set you up for season 2.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And there was, to be fair, I think there was a few episodes of the Umbrella Academy that dragged, but the overarching story was great.
Yeah.
So I really liked it. What's your number 2 favorite show?
Number 2, The Punisher.
The Punisher.
Yeah.
So I had The Punisher along with Legion as my just missed.
Yeah.
So The Punisher is a great show.
I mean, I like the actor. I like how gruesome he is.
Yep.
And fight scenes with the fight scenes. Yeah, every time.
Like no matter what, he's like making a sandwich. Yeah.
Where's the cheese?
I want avocado. It's gonna be California style.
Yeah, but it's a good show. Like it's one of the better Marvel shows on Netflix.
Oh, I agree. Yeah. I agree. And like segues perfect into my number 2, Daredevil.
Okay.
Daredevil to me really opened my eyes. A lot of kind of the way a lot of Marvel movies did to what superheroes on TV could be.
Yeah.
And so this adult version, and not only did I really like, and we've talked about this before as well, Charlie Cox's Daredevil.
Yeah.
Damn it, I love the
Kingpin.
The Kingpin.
Yeah.
So good. So good.
This is what you said. Daredevil was my number one.
Yeah. Oh, it's your numero uno.
Number one, yeah.
So there you go. So rehashing, my top 5 were Deadly Class, Walking Dead, Umbrella Academy, Daredevil, and The Boys. And yours was?
The Flash, Legion, The Boys, Punisher, and then Daredevil.
Nice. That's good.
You know, like
That's a
I
great
say,
choice.
a good show is as good as its villain.
Yeah, so I want to segue real quick from there then. My favorite show of the year was actually The Boys. I mean, when we're talking about the best show that I've seen in 2019, I couldn't think of a show better than The Boys. Were you able to? What was your favorite show?
I really wanted to be Game of Thrones, but...
Did you write down Game of Thrones?
No, I wrote Game of Thrones. Just kidding. Because season 8 ruined it for me.
I know, goddamn them.
But mine was The Boys too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So even though The Boys isn't your all-time favorite, it was your favorite for this year.
Yeah, this year, yeah.
And there was a lot of shows on, but we weren't trying to stick exclusively to comic book stuff, but it was just a great show. And if you haven't seen it, you get out there and watch it.
Yeah.
So that's our favorite show. What was your favorite movie of the year?
I had to look through all the movies that came out. There's so many, but this year, Endgame was my favorite.
Endgame.
Yeah.
So my favorite movie of the year was not Endgame. I liked Endgame a lot.
Was it Detective Pikachu?
I actually liked Detective Pikachu a lot.
Dude.
So, I mean, if you haven't seen that out there, it's good for anybody, even if you don't like Pokemon.
Oh, I know what it is.
Yeah. Spider-Man, Far From Home. Yeah. A lot of people didn't like that movie. It actually doesn't have great reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, but I really like Tom Holland. He's my favorite Spider-Man since Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I don't know. So, yeah, those are great choices. Speaking of like people that play superheroes, I also was wondering, did you think about who you think the best actors have been cast? Like the one actor that's really embodied the superhero that they've become? Because I was able to come up with 3 that I thought no one else can play this part like they played it.
Well, I have 4.
4. Okay, so you can go first then.
So, like you said before, Heath Ledger was the Joker.
The ultimate Joker.
Yeah, so...
But you'll have people... No, I don't know if it's a given, because I think you'll have people that argue with you now that Joaquin Phoenix can fight that.
Well, it's probably because I haven't seen the Joker.
Right.
I need to go watch that.
But you're right. You're not wrong. He was an amazing Joker. My number... I only did 3, so my number 3 was Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man.
Yeah, I have that too.
Can you imagine another Iron Man?
No.
I really can't. Maybe someday they will, but he was so perfect for Tony Stark.
Yeah, he was a dude playing a dude. This guy's just another dude.
Right? It's totally right. That's absolutely right. What about your number 3?
Deadpool.
Ryan Reynolds.
Like, there's no one else that could play him.
And they should never even try.
Yeah.
Honestly, once Ryan Reynolds doesn't want to do Deadpool, they should just put it away.
Yeah.
I agree. I actually had Ryan Reynolds as my most favorite all-time character made into, actor made into a character.
Because you just see Ryan and see Deadpool.
Honestly, I can't watch Ryan Reynolds in anything else now and not think Deadpool.
Yeah. His new movie, Nice Guy.
Nice Guy, yeah. Or no, Real Guy?
Or something like that.
Oh, something. Free Guy.
Free Guy.
Final answer.
Yeah. That's Deadpool.
Yeah, totally Deadpool. Same with 6 Underground. Deadpool.
Yeah.
So, and then my last one I had, I know you have a couple more, but I had Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
Yeah.
Like you said, he's a little too tall physically for the part, but damn if he wasn't a great Wolverine. And I'm sure they're going to recast him because Disney's getting ready to do it. Yeah. But it's going to be some pretty hefty shoes to fill.
Yeah, well, my last one is Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn.
Oh, that's excellent.
Because she's a hot, and I don't know, man. I love her. She's like my top celebrity crush.
Oh my gosh. I think I might be crushing on her. Who doesn't like some Margot Robbie?
Yeah.
Like, we were all introduced to her with the Wolf of Wall Street, and I was like, we were introduced to her, and I'm like, good job, who is this lady? She's amazing. Turns out she's a great actress, too. So not only is she she can act.
Yeah.
So it's a win-win.
And she played the perfect Harley Quinn.
Oh, it's great. That's fantastic. Yeah. Great choice. Well, then my last top 5 things, and I don't know if you came up with 5, but I hope you did, are just my 5 favorite things of the year.
Oh, it happened this year?
Yeah, just anything. I mean, anything counts.
Like me watching The Boys.
Sure.
No,
absolutely. It could be anything. Even if you've done it in previous years. If you did it this year and it was just your favorite thing to do in 2019.
Okay, so
go ahead. What was your 5th favorite thing to do?
Number 5 is I built my first PC.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You built your own computer from scratch.
Yeah. Did a lot of research. Saved a lot of money. and then built it. Yeah,
super cool.
Yeah.
Kid Danger actually is so influenced by that. He's been really wanting to build his own computer.
It's an expensive hobby that I'm trying not to get into.
Well, you're already there.
Yeah.
You're knees deep.
Yeah.
So that's cool. That's awesome. That's a great choice.
And that's how I edit these podcasts.
Yeah.
With my PC.
He's not only the co-host, he's the producer. So yeah, that's fantastic. My fifth favorite is also a tech thing. Okay. My fifth favorite thing of 2019 is turning my home into a smart home. I've spent a lot of, like, also an expensive hobby. I spent a lot of money plugging in all sorts of Echoes and Alexas and everything in every room. I have smart plugs, smart bulbs. I've got the Ring that sends, I got another camera in the house, the Blink. I got video Alexas. I've got just verbal ones. I got everything controlled via smart home. It's like, it makes me feel like I'm in the future.
It just sounds like the beginning to a horror movie.
Oh, for sure. When it all turns on me, I'll be the first one to go. Yeah. But I'll tell you, because like how many times have we been interrupted when Suri kicks in and we're not talking to her?
Yeah.
But yeah, I can control things from my watch. So yeah, my fifth favorite thing of 2019 was diving headfirst into the smart home.
And it's ongoing, right? Because there's so much more new stuff.
Well, they'll only come out with better things. Yeah. So that's cool. What's your fourth favorite?
Fourth favorite is I saw live the Backstreet Boys.
Oh,
yeah, dude.
And you admit it as your fourth favorite thing.
Because, I'm a millennial. Yeah. So when we grew up, dude, Backstreet Boys was like the shit.
What was the Backstreet Boys' number one hit? I don't even know.
I don't know. Like, I Want It That Way.
Oh, I want it that way.
Dude, it's so good.
Tell me why. Okay.
And when they finale, they came out with like Blazer jerseys. Like, let's go.
I'm not sure how you're coming off this episode. We've learned about Ren that A, he hates Christmas music. B, he loves Home Alone 2 as his favorite Christmas film. And C, one of the best things that's happened to him in all of 2019 was seeing the Backstreet Boys.
Number 4.
Okay. All right, moving on. My fourth favorite thing of 2019 is streaming. I mean, so much so that we talk about it for a half hour every episode.
I mean, this podcast is basically streaming, right?
Yeah, it's only because the best thing ever was cutting the cord and going all streaming.
Oh, yeah, I forget. You did that this year, too.
I did that this year. And as Ren knows, I talked about it forever before I finally committed to it.
Yep.
But I love it. You get the right internet going, and I love it. Everything's on demand. You get so much better content. We're living in the golden age of media.
Yeah.
And so I love streaming. Yeah. What is your third favorite thing?
My third favorite is I visited Hollywood for the first time.
Oh, that's right. I was with you.
Yeah. And saw like the whole, those stars?
Yeah, the Walk of Fame.
The Walk of Fame, all the handprints. I'd never seen that before, so that was pretty cool.
You got to see how dirty it was.
Yeah, it's dirty, dude. Like, from like videos and stuff like that, they make it look cool, but once you're there, it's dirty. There's so many people just asking for money.
Homeless people dressed in costumes. Yeah.
And like some of the actors' hands are smaller than you think it is. Like, whoa.
That was kind of shocking. Yeah, some of the feet and hands are like so much smaller than we would have guessed.
Yeah.
But that was cool. I guess I like Hollywood. It wasn't my first time. And I try to warn everybody that was with us that, it's kind of dirty there.
Yeah, you're right.
Keep an eye on your valuables.
Yeah, my wallet was in my front pocket.
Yeah, smart move. Yeah. So that's great. That's a good choice. Yeah. My third favorite was a way for me to still pick Spider-Man Far From Home as my favorite movie. And get this in. My third favorite thing of 2019 was the end of the Infinity Saga. So the fact that they wrapped up the Infinity War stuff with Endgame, I loved it. It was a great movie.
Yeah.
It wasn't obviously my favorite movie of the year, but it was an epic conclusion. And I call it the Infinity Saga because really, to me, this saga started with Iron Man Part 1.
Yeah.
What, 13 years ago or 2000? I don't know.
2008 or something like that.
Yeah, it was forever ago.
Yeah.
It was such a good conclusion. That's what I'm kind of hoping for us to have with Star Wars tomorrow, that we've been watching these movies for so long.
Since you were 2, you said?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That this kind of fulfills us. So that was my third favorite thing of 2019. So what was your third? Are we in your third or second?
Third.
Third.
My third was basically NBA playoffs.
Oh.
Because, I'm a big Blazer fan.
That's right. And they did well.
And the number one was Lillard shooting that shot that sent OKC home, right?
Oh, that
And
was
with the bye-bye.
amazing. Yeah, he waves them bye-bye.
Yeah, that was amazing. And then like Lillard's like, hold my beer, I'm gonna show you another one. And he goes to like Denver and goes like quadruple overtime.
Yeah.
And dude, it was like the most amazing playoffs I've ever seen.
It was epic.
Yeah. It's like your team doing it too, so it's
I the Blazers are my team as well,
Yeah.
and so yeah, it was incredible.
that whole stretch was like top number 2.
I'm glad you remember that because the way the Blazers are playing right now, I kind of forgot about it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've turned the corner the wrong direction. My number 2 favorite thing of 2019 is the state of Oregon. You know, it might sound like I'm taking too big a broad a stroke, but let me explain.
Okay.
Oregon, as you know, we're broadcasting from Oregon. Is a great state. I think a lot of people automatically think of Oregon like, oh, it's wet and they got lots of trees and hipsters and all that stuff. But in reality, it's not. The weather is not nearly as bad as everybody thinks.
No.
We have way more summer months now than ever. Yeah. Thank you, global warming.
Fake news.
Yeah. But Oregon is so cool to its citizens. We have legal weed.
That's right.
Right? We're already loaded with microbreweries. The area where Ren and I live has the most wineries this side of Napa Valley.
Okay, check.
Yeah, check. So if you need to get inebriated, this is the state you want to come to, okay? So we got legal weed. Not only do we have legal weed, you can buy weed, you can buy gummies, any way you want to consume it. It's all available.
All the edibles are there.
Yeah, we have more weed stores than we have Starbucks.
It's true.
It's true, yeah. This little town that we live in has like 10 weed stores.
You see Starbucks, weed store, peeler joint.
Yeah, that
all next to each other.
And that's another reason why Oregon's so amazing. You get your caffeine, your weed, and your peeler joint. Come on. But you can also grow. I don't know if everybody outside of Oregon knows this. You're allowed to grow up to 4 plants at your own home, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah, each plant, once you harvest, you get a lot of stuff too.
Oh yeah, if you were to grow 4 plants and harvest them, you're set for a while, unless you're I don't know, a real space cadet and using it all the time. Yeah. But so yeah, legal weed, excellent microbrews, wineries, all good things, right? Peeler joints, I hadn't even thought about that. We also have full nude peeler joints, which I believe is the only place in the United States, other than maybe a couple other ones, that has full nude places, right? Okay. We also have...
And there's more?
This is what pushed it into me in 2019, because those things have all been good for a little bit. 2019 also gave us legal gambling.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Sports betting galore.
I lost so much money.
I love it so much. It's the funnest way to lose money. And it occurred to me when I was thinking of this, all the great things about Oregon, how we have all these things, that we're basically Las Vegas. The entire state is Las Vegas.
State. Nice.
Because we have casinos. We have our Native American casinos, legal weed, sports betting, full nude stripper joints. We are Las Vegas.
Don't tell them that. They're going to all move here.
Well, don't move here, but it's amazing. I also was thinking about the fact that we have some of the greatest companies. We talk a lot about comics. We have 2 great comic companies.
There's
Dark Horse Comics is based in Oregon, and Image Comics is based in Oregon. And outside of Marvel and DC, those are the 2 biggest comic companies in the world.
Right.
We also have some of the best sneaker companies. If you're a sneakerhead, there's no better place to live than Oregon.
Yeah, I never buy my sneakers full price.
All you fools not living in Oregon, you should. Here's the secret that's going to make you so mad. Ren and I, we don't ever pay more than half for anything. Because guess what? We go to what they call employee stores. Because we have the hookups in Oregon. We have Adidas is in Oregon and Nike is in Oregon. Yeah. You could literally go buy a bowl of weed, place your bet on your favorite sports team, see some fully nude ladies, get some MJs for half off, grab some Dame Lillards for half off, and go read your favorite comic book. All because it's Oregon.
In one day.
In the best state in the entire country. So now I think you can see why I think Oregon's so great. I mean, there's so much more. We got beautiful walks and nature and all this crap. All this stuff, we've heard that.
We have that too.
This is the real reason why it's so cool. We have the Columbias, the Intel, the Nike, the Adidas. All the best companies are here. And so that's why Oregon is one of my favorite things of 2019.
Wow.
And I sold it to you, didn't I?
Yeah, I did. You did. I was going to vote you for mayor or something.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Sign me up. All right. So what's is it 2? Number 2 favorite thing?
Number 1? Number 1. That was your number 2, right?
That was my number 2. What's your number?
My number 1 is this year. I got married.
Oh my gosh, that's right.
I got married this year.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Maybe next year your number 1 will be you had a kid.
Oh, I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, wouldn't that be cool?
2020, let's go.
2020, baby. You're like a future baby. Oh, congratulations. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So that's a big step for anybody.
Yeah.
How you like in marriage?
It's good.
Good.
I mean, people talk a lot of smack about marriage. Like, you can't do this, can't do that.
Yeah.
You know, it's...
They're not doing it right.
Yeah, it's way better. Like, I don't know. It's like, you know, my wife is so cool.
Yeah.
She lets me do this podcast.
Right.
Come on.
Well, that's just it. It's all about finding the right person.
Yeah.
And I think you found the right person. Yeah. I myself have been married for 22 years. So,
you sure?
Yeah.
22
years.
Okay.
It's a real long time. And we still get along fantastically too. Everybody's like, oh, marriage is so hard. And it can be. No one's going to lie to you. You're not going to have moments where you're PO'd at each other.
Yeah, yeah.
But if marriage is hard every damn day, don't do it. You know, move on.
No.
So, yeah, it sounds like you got a good one. I know I've got a good one.
Yeah, we're very compatible with each other. So it's easy. Yeah. It makes life easy.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Cool. And I should have done mine, I think, in a different order because my Oregon rant was so good.
Yeah,
that should have been my number 1.
Number 1.
My number 1 was The Boys. How much I like that show. It was
it comes up again?
It comes up again. It's one of my favorite shows, favorite things of 2019. I really like that show. So if you haven't watched the dumbass The Boys, you need to get on it.
I might go back and just watch it again just for your sake.
Well, I'm going to watch it again before part 2 comes out. And then, I skipped a category. Oh, no, I had another choice. I just wanted to mention that when we name our favorite show of the year, we said The Boys because you said again.
Yeah,
my second favorite show of the year that I forgot to mention earlier because I'm just looking at my list was Big Mouth.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot. Like, the show was great.
It is.
So good.
Funny story is, like, I watched this, and at that time, my fiance, right?
Yep.
I'm like, she's like, what are you watching? I'm watching this grown-up cartoon. It's dirty.
It's real dirty.
And then she's like, let me watch. And then she, like, got into it. She binged the whole thing.
That's how you knew she was the one.
Yeah. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're gonna watch it with me next season? Like, yeah.
You're like fully compatible.
Yeah.
See? Full circle.
I was so scared to like show her, like,
yeah.
Because, you know, it's dirty and she's gonna think I'm a perv or something.
Right, yeah. You're a grown ass man watching dirty ass cartoons with little kids.
Yeah.
I mean, that movie, if you just explain that show to someone, they're gonna think you're a straight up pedophile.
Yeah. And then she said she wanted to watch them. Okay.
Yeah. But that show is really well done. If you've never seen, as long as you don't get offended easily, because it's out there to offend.
Yeah.
Big Mouth is a great show. That's really funny. And I think that Ren shows that if you find something that's kind of off the wall and your partner likes it the way you do, you can't miss. You can't go wrong. It's a real
life
win.
is good, man.
That's great.
I love marriage. I don't know why.
That's
I
super
waited
good.
so long.
Yeah, but now you've done it.
Yeah,
I think this is the perfect way to kind of end this 2019 Listmas episode.
Oh yeah.
Wrap everything up and come back and hit everybody with a new decade.
2020. Let's go.
So with that, I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Stay sober, my friends.
Yeah. And don't move to Oregon. I was just kidding about all that good stuff.
Oregon sucks, by the way.
Oregon sucks. Bye.
List pants was tight.
Oh, my list pants. I was listing all over the place. I'm like, oh, look at these lists.